Hello, this is Steve Thoele, Principal Broker with Premier Property Group, and bringing you another weekly update on the Wilsonville, Oregon real estate market. This update is going to cover the last 6 weeks of market activity, ending this past Sunday, July 24th. So I'm going to share my screen with you now and go through the info with you as I always do. So last week, we'll start off looking at active listings. And last week in Wilsonville, I show we had 8 new listings kind of come on the market. You kind of see that's down from the prior 4 weeks here, but not a low for the 6 weeks. End of the week with 40 homes in total on the market as of the end of the week. And you kind of certainly see that's been on the increase here over the past 6 weeks, up a couple from the prior week. The median price and the days on market for the active listings has not moved a ton here. You had a low of 695 about 5 weeks back. I hit a slight high here this last week at 730, up from 713 the week prior. And the days on market have been kind of coming up here over this past month. Had a low of 11 4 weeks back, and this last week came in at 21. So, with the more listings kind of hanging around a little longer, we are starting to see some, some longer market times on average for the active listings. Moving along to pending sales. So in Wilsonville last week, I showed we had 7 homes go pending, and that's kind of right in the middle of kind of where it's been, over the past 6 weeks here, up from 4 the week prior. End of the week at 49 homes in pending status, which is a slight high for the 6 weeks. So it had dipped down to 34 here a month ago, but it's been building back up from there. The median price and days on market for those pendings, you can kind of see what's happened there. Had a high of 715 about 5 weeks back. This last week came in at 680, up about 5,000 from the prior week. And then days on market is it's kind of went up and down here a little bit. Had a low of just last week of 8. This last week kind of went up to 14, which is a slight high actually for the 6 weeks. So, I think we're going to start to see, the median, the days on market. It's going to be a little longer here as we kind of transition, from this hot sellers market to something that's a little more balanced. And then lastly, we'll look at the sold listing activity. So as of the time I put this together, I showed we had 6 closings in Wilsonville this last week. You can kind of see that's certainly up from the prior couple of weeks where we only had 2 and 3. But the total sales have, certainly kind of been coming down here over this past 6 weeks. So when I look back over the prior 4 weeks of activity here, I show, as of this last week, we had 20 recorded sales over the prior 4 weeks, and you can kind of see that's less than half of what it was here just about 6 weeks ago. So definitely been trending down quite substantially there on solds. The median sold price and the days on market, you can kind of see where that's been. Had a low of 600 6 weeks back, got up to 650 about a month ago. It's kind of come back down from there a little bit. This last week came in at 628. Which is down about 12,000 from the week prior. And then days on market, it's been between 4 and 8. This last week kind of came in at 5. So, things on relatively, on average still have been selling, quickly, or getting into contract quickly for the things that have kind of gotten through the sold process. And then finally, we'll look at weeks of inventory and the sale price as a percent of the OLP or original list price. Red bars is that weeks of inventory, and, you can really certainly kind of see the effect of, supply and demand here. So kind of came into this period with only 2 weeks of available inventory on the market. And that's been climbing here quite a bit over here over the past couple of weeks. Hit 8 this last week in Wilsonville. So basically about 2 months worth of inventory based upon the current rate of sales in Wilsonville. So, definitely, a lot of steam's kind of been taken off the market in Wilsonville. I'd still classify this as a, seller's market with 2 months of inventory, just, much more muted seller's market than what we kind of came into it here as. And then the sale price as a percent of the original list price hasn't moved a whole lot. We had a low of just about 102%. And this last week actually kind of bumped up again to 103. So, prices are holding firm, at least at this point in time. So we're still seeing on average things sell a little above full asking price in Wilsonville. So hope this weekly update has been helpful and informative for you. I certainly would welcome the opportunity to become your trusted realtor and help you move through life. So don't hesitate to give me a call. If any questions that you might have, my number is 503-680-2065, and I'd be happy to chat about your situation. So as always, I really appreciate you watching, and you have a fantastic day.